from the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. And we begin with encouraging news on the condition of Indy rider Stan Fox. Our Gary Lee is at Methodist Hospital in downtown Indianapolis with an update. Gary?
Bob, we have very good news. Stan's condition today has been upgraded from critical to fair. He is now said to be conscious with his eyes open and responding to simple commands. Once again, there were no broken bones. That in itself is incredible, considering the violence of the crash. Fox started from the middle of row 4, but just as that section of the field entered turn 1, his car veered sharply right and headed straight to the outside wall. Eddie Cheever was able to cushion some of the impact, but Fox's car was sheared in half. As you can see by this amateur video, Fox, who was highlighted, got down over the rumble strips. When he tried to correct, the car veered to the right and began a chain reaction. Carlos Guerrero, Lynn St. James, Jill LeFerrin, and Eric Bachelor were all victims of the aftermath and debris. Fox was transported to Methodist Hospital with a severe head injury and underwent immediate surgery to remove a blood clot. On Wednesday, his neurosurgeon met with the media.
The most encouraging signs are that initially, when he was seen at the track and evaluated there, he was totally unresponsive, and on that same rating scale, had a very low score. And his condition is, has improved with regard to that.
The family of Stan Fox would like to take the opportunity to thank the City of Indianapolis, State of Indiana, the race fans from all over the United States, along with his fellow drivers and racing community, for your overwhelming concern and best wishes for Stan's condition. Your kindness has given great strength and comfort to all those close to Stan.
Stan's wife, Jean, has been surrounded by friends and relatives and members of the racing community offering a special type of support. But the family has made one request: please, no flowers. You may send your cards and letters, though, to Stan Fox in care of Methodist Hospital, P.O. Box 1367, Indianapolis, Indiana, and the zip is 46206.
The various penalties and wild finishes of the 500 has undoubtedly stirred up a lot of conversation among those who witnessed or watched the race. Our Speed Week staff has been doing just the same thing, and we found some key elements to explain the outcome. Villeneuve, who started fifth, had worked his way into the lead on lap 36. The caution flew moments later, 4 to 3 on the track. It took some time for the pace car to pick up Villeneuve, but this is not where his passing of the pace car caused USAC to penalize him. Here, Jacques immediately backed up and took his place. The infraction had actually occurred one lap prior. When Jacques and the pace car initially hooked up, the two cars in front of him were waved ahead. But the video clearly shows the pace car was showing Jacques to hold his position. It was at this time Chief Steward Tom Benford assessed the penalty, and Villeneuve was not scored for lap 39 or lap 40. Now in 23rd position, he pitted, and as leader Andretti came around, Jacques was officially put 2 full laps down. He was now 27th, but remember, he was off-sync on pit stops. On lap 66, Andretti pitted under green, handing over the lead to Scott Goodyear, who also came in for service. Villeneuve, with plenty of fuel, picked up the first of his 2 lost laps. Just under 2 hours into the race on lap 120, leader Goodyear again pitted under green. Villeneuve, who had consistently pitted under yellow, stayed out and picked up lap number 2. 6 minutes later, Andre Ribeiro stopped on the backstretch, bringing out another caution. The highlighted car is Jacques making his stop during this caution, putting him back in sync and now only 25 seconds back on the lead lap. With possibly the fastest car on the track, Jacques picked his way back to the front and was running second behind Goodyear when the most surprising thing happened.
He let the pace car go away very early, and he stepped on it before turn 3. So by the time we got in turn 4, we were already doing 180 miles an hour. And there's no way that the pace car could have been out of the racetrack by then. It's only a street car. It doesn't have our power or our grip. So I jammed on the brakes and I saw that not to overtake it. And I was expecting Scott to do the same thing. And he just kept on going. And I was really surprised. But then I knew that he wasn't in the lead anymore. And all I had to do was work with the guys behind me because they didn't have to brake as much. And I had to block them so they wouldn't get by me. But when you have 10 laps to go and you're leading the 500, you do anything it takes not to lose that lead.
Villeneuve held off the 6 remaining lead lap cars to become the first Canadian winner in the 79-year history of the 500. And he may have also been the first to drive 202 laps to do it.
I don't see how it could get better than this. It's a great feeling. It'd be great to win some other ones. You know, it's a tough race. Any race is tough to win, and this one is even tougher. So I'm really happy that we could get this win for Team Green and 4 Players Limited.
Christian Fittipaldi virtually mirrored the 94 race of Villeneuve, finishing in the runner-up position and earning Rookie of the Year honors. The ex-Formula One driver overcame his first-week jitters to help put the Fittipaldi name back on top at Indy. But it was his father and not Uncle Emo who greeted him first.
No doubt that it meant a lot, but it's still floating. It's not sinking in at the moment. I learned a lot during the race, and I think that the most important lesson that I learned is that you just have to be there at the end of the race. If you're up there top 4, top 5 the last 20, 30 laps, then I think you really have a big shot at the race. And I think that was the most important lesson for us during the whole weekend.
The entire nation of Chile was riding with 4th-place finisher Eliseo Salazar. It was a rewarding end to a month that saw him just barely make the field as the slowest qualifier.
I'd like to thank everybody at Big Simon Racing. So first, I had them, then my father was here for obviously for the very first time. This is my first time in Indy 500. And I remember, my memories were, my feelings at that stage were Chile, we are a small country, 14 million people. And I knew everybody was watching for the very first time. It was live there. So I knew I had, 14 million people thinking of me. So I was very proud to be the first Chilean and finish so high, in my very first race.
As we go to break, here are some well wishes to Stan Fox from Monday night's victory banquet.
Warm thoughts to Foxes. We're thinking of you and sending our love and prayers.
If my job yesterday was to make Stan's impact with the wall a little bit softer, I'm glad that I was there.
Get well quick, Stan.
Our hearts go out to Stan Fox and his family.
Most of all, I want to be sure and send all of our love and our warmest and deepest thoughts to Stan Fox and his family.
We're all, pulling for him and want to see him back here again next year.
So all my heart goes to Stan Fox and his family. And it doesn't matter if he comes back to racing as long as he has a full recovery.